to you. You are underappreciated, overworked, but every now and then we say thank you properly and on time. So we are grateful for that. We are grateful. No matter how much you appreciate the person who makes the house a home, it's still not enough. It's still not enough. No matter how much you appreciate them, it's still not enough. But we are grateful. We're going over chapters 8, 9, and 10 today, if I can. Yes, if I can, 8, 9, and 10, and we'll have a bunch of folk that will be trailing in. Pathbender chapter 8. It reads as follows, and the Lord, no, I'm just I couldn't help myself. It's the journey. I couldn't help it, Jerome. It was the journey. It's the journey to ascension. Okay, good. Through experience. So last chapter we talked about analyzing desires, and it's funny how Deanna just earlier talked about experience, not expenses. I was just doing the budget, and so that's I still got budget minded things in my head. IO experience, and today we're talking about experience too, but we're gonna rush past it. Well, not rush. We're gonna talk. Grace, I'm gonna read first. You are then going to read second, but we're gonna do this one section at a time. Is that okay? Outstanding. We'll do this one section at a time. If you have read Pathbender like Phil, Susan, Io, Jerome, Grace, it gets it's pretty heavy. It's pretty heavy. Chapter 8, the journey to ascension through experience. Blow this up for y'all so y'all can see it. In life, it's common to want to take shortcuts and avoid obstacles. We believe that if we can just overcome challenges we face, we'll finally reach the place of peace and prosperity that we desire. But if we told you that this was a thinking is not only misguided, it's also preventing you from truly ascending to the next level. I'll repeat that. We believe that if you just overcome challenges that you face, you'll finally reach a place of peace, zen, prosperity, abundance that you desire. But if we told you that this was a way of thinking and this is misguided, it also prevents you from truly ascending to the next level. Now, Damali, I know you busy and stuff, so you got permission to have your camera off unless the Lord told you to cut it on. I didn't. Okay, all right. This Lord did not say cut it on. You understand? And not lowercase L didn't say cut it on, unless big case L. You see, Grace, the universe is not about avoiding obstacles or taking shortcuts. Instead, it's about experiencing them, learning from them, growing from them. When you go through trials and tribulations, I had to borrow from King James, you become a better, stronger, and more resilient person. You become someone who is better equipped to handle whatever life throws your way and who can truly thrive in the face of adversity. So instead, Trinace, of trying to overcome obstacles, embrace them. Allow yourself, Grace, to fully experience the things that are holding you back without resistance or judgment. And as you go through each experience, pay attention, Antonio, to the lessons that are being revealed to you. The universe is always speaking. to you, even through the most difficult experiences, grace. And we know that no, I'm just saying, and as you begin to understand the importance of embracing life experiences, you'll start to see the journey to ascension is not quick. It's not a quick fix, but it's not a shortcut, but a lifetime of growth, expansion, and learning. So let go of the need to overcome anything. Uh-oh. So let go of the need to overcome anything. So let go of the need to overcome anything. And instead become at peace with everything, every experience that comes your way. In doing so, you will find ascending to new heights, both personally and spiritually. There's a lot there. I'm going to start first. Grace, you are second. I don't want a single Christian answer. You give me a kingdom answer. You can give me a kingdom answer. But if it's a practice answer, I don't want it. Because everything we just read, Adonia, is out of line. Oh, Lord, send me troubles so I can be better at this life thing. Who says that? Who among you besides Phil? Phil clearly upon the first 24 hours of his birth was like, give me trouble. So outside of Phil, he does not count. The rest of us normal people, who among you genuinely says, I sure hope I have a whole bad day. I want to experience the bad day and grow in it. Yay. No, nobody. But that is what I have claimed, proclaimed, and set before you. And deep down, Grace, we all know I'm right. We all know that it was good that I was afflicted, that I may learn your statutes.
Somali said bullshit. That's bullshit.
Oh, no, fair enough. No doubt. No doubt. I did not say that this tastes like cotton candy and pudding. The problem with cotton candy and pudding, though, Antonio, is cotton candy gonna never get you full. If it does, it's gonna make you have runny bowels for the next 2 days. How many you can't live off of banana pudding alone? Because it go in real good, but it's gonna come out the same way, same consistency it went in. So we need something that coagulates in us. We need something, Grace, that creates some firmness. Because without it, we're in trouble. Grace, give me a comment here. Let me lead you for conversational sakes.
I have a comment if you just need one.
Go ahead, give me a comment. I hope it's violent too.
It is violent because what you said, now, ain't nobody asking for trouble. But if I'm in some trouble, damn it, let me get something out of it then at least. Right? So as much as I complain about my marriage, it has been like one of the key things for my attention. Because every problem I have with my husband is a clue that I need to go do some internal work. Period. And every time he gets on my goddamn nerves, when I ask the right questions of myself, it's a me problem, not a him problem.
Okay, so we had a revelation like that earlier from Talisha, who said, oh, so me is the problem. I need more experiences. And Talisha said earlier. But let's go back to Damali. Damali says her husband gets on a blankety blank nerves. First off, all husbands, that's our rite of passage to get on your gosh darn nerves. That's what we were born to do. Sorry, ladies, it's in the Bible. Ezekiel, no, it's not.
I knew it.
It's not inevitable. It feels like it should be. Trust me. Adonia was like, I'm not getting married no more. This is some bull. Did you hear me? Adonia was like, one and done. I'm done. Nope. 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 I'm gonna need so Adonia, how you know it's gonna be he gonna be the one? Well, first off, he gonna have to be his social security number had to say the one. Upon his birth, his grandmother would have to have a sign holding Adonia's name upon his birth somewhere in Florida when he was born, 40 years ago, 60 years ago, whatever her age, whatever fancy her age. And then, he had to have born with a birthmark that has her initials on his upper forearm. This is how she knows this is the one. We get on nerves. It's just what we do. Grace, we'll skip your comment. The point is, y'all, this first section, Grace, for to read the next section. Is this trouble ascending? Because ascension has nothing to do with comfort. I was talking to somebody this week, sometime in the last 7 days. I'm not sure if it was weekend or not because everything's been running together. I was talking to someone and I was asking them, so you just want all your Christianity to be comfortable? You don't want no trouble whatsoever. I mean, I don't understand. I believe and it should be comfortable. Where in the Bible does it say this? I'm confused. I'm not saying there should be a struggle, Damali. I'm not even saying you should be Christian. But to wake up and go, everything should be milk and honey. No. The only possible way, the only right way for everything to be milk and honey is for you to change your perception to perceive everything as milk and honey. Then you have mastered your life. But trust me, somebody gonna get on Trinae's nerves in the next 7 days. Hard. And when her event happened, everything gonna fall apart. I'm not speaking into existence. That's what comes along with events. How many every time you do an event, it's a whole bunch of people you don't see putting out fires. When you throw an event, you just a fire quencher. That's all you are. You ain't no CEO no more. You's a fire quencher. That's all. There's fires everywhere, and it's your job to put them out before your customers see them. It's part of the process. You can't have a baby without breaking skin. Hallelujah. Come on, Grace.
Real quick, this obstacles.
I know.
It is okay.
Give me
practice.
the real.
It's a practice. It is a practice behavior. I know you got to practice behavior because you have to stop and think. Okay, no, I don't like this. Okay, so what am I supposed to learn from this? Don't nobody be thinking about what I'm supposed to learn from this when it's happening. You got to work. You really got to work to really think of that. Because while the shit is hitting the fan,
that's the only thing that hits the fan, Grace. The only thing that hits the fan is the shit.
You're not the first thing off your brain is not, okay, what I'm supposed to learn from this. No. For you it is, Antonio, because you practice this over and over, and it's a learned behavior. You and Mr. Peel. Okay. But the rest of us, I can't speak for the rest of us, but for me, it's like, okay, I'm just now learning. Okay, right. This is something that I do not like. Okay, this is a hurdle. Okay, what am I supposed to learn from this? What is God trying to tell me in this right here? Right. I really gotta work at that because I am not the thinker. What? Okay, so I got to really sit and
you have great fun with Aristotle. Aristotle, his third virtue, well, one of his 3 virtues. He only has 3. You practice something so much it becomes a virtue in itself. You're absolutely correct in knowing that everything I'm saying is a bunch of bull jive. But it's the bull jive that brings forth the abundance and the ascension. See, we didn't come here, Melissa, to be comfortable. We came here to be the salt of the earth. There I go again, Jerome, meddling. You can't just have everything the way you want it. And trust me, as you keep living and keep on waking up, you'll find out ain't a single day that go by the way you wanted it to go by. Has anybody, what percentage of y'all have had days? So this is exactly the way I thought this day was gonna go. Who among you? Because even when I had amazing, well, I had plenty of amazing days, oldest. It ain't the way I thought it was gonna go. It was actually more amazing. It was exceedingly and abundantly more amazing than what I thought. And them other days, it's like, what the hell you doing up there, God? It's tripping. I thought you knew what the hell you was doing. I don't want to think like that. Okay, y'all don't think like that. Okay, y'all don't. Me and God have some real conversations. So I'll be like, God, you is, I don't know what the hell you doing. Let me be God real quick. I'll fix it. I'll fix it real quick. As soon as God be like, all right, I'll let you be God. All y'all gonna die because I'm only gonna worry about me. Oh, all y'all dead. You dead, your children dead, your nieces dead, all of them dead. Because I'm gonna think about is me, don't you? Forget all y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna fix my whole life. And ain't gonna have nobody on the earth to enjoy it, Jerome. Because all y'all gonna be dead. And if God let you be God, same thing, same energy. Don't sit up here that, you know what, I'm just gonna do world peace. No, world peace means killing all y'all. Y'all know what the hell y'all doing. That's world peace. All y'all dead. Nice, peaceful. So Grace, I get it. I do get it. So let's address that real quick. I don't like this. I need to do this, but it takes habit. Y'all ain't normal. Yeah, but we didn't come here to be normal. We came here to be like Phil. We came here to be like Jesus. We did not come here to do what everybody else is doing. Here's the crazy part. All of y'all are entrepreneurs. So everybody's about to feel, get ready to read the next section, Grace. Everybody's about to feel what I'm about to say. Y'all acting like your customers. That ain't who you are, don't you? Like, think about this for a moment. You acting like them. They get offended, they get mad. You get offended, you get mad. So you act like them now? I know this. I know this bothers some of y'all. So you're not even a leader no more, Trinace. You acting like the people you're supposed to be leading. See, entrepreneurs have two things in common. One, you can take a whole lot of pain. You wish you didn't have to, but you can take a whole lot. You can't be an entrepreneur without taking a massive amount of pain. Ooh, Otis, I'm gonna be here forever. 2 days later, I can't stand Otis. That's how it works. All right, don't worry about it. Just all y'all have family-owned businesses and get along just fine. All of y'all. Okay, I got it. Go ahead, Trinace, because they saved.
So as you were talking, I had a question.
I like questions.
So with all of that being said, because you know I'm eating sunflower seeds and thinking, that's how I process.
That's how you process.
So this was my thought. If we at this moment are knowing, having knowledge of this, because tomorrow we ain't gonna know it. I'm gonna say even tonight, if some dumb call me on the phone, I'm probably not gonna remember what am I supposed to be learning in this experience. That's just real.
Stop right there, which only means she's going to keep a bunch of dum-dums in her life repetitively until she learned that lessons. Only when she learns the lesson will the dum-dums fade away.
Right. So that's why I said that. So if we have this knowledge, everything is not going to be perfect. Everything is not going to be always good or work out the way that we want to. We know we got to build this habit. We have to create this habit of forever thinking, what am I learning? What am I learning? What am I learning? What is this? What am I learning? What's the lesson here? How do we have in time to enjoy the present if we questioning all the time what we're learning?
This is good. This is good. This is real good. I'm going to answer your question by talking about my two boys. They don't even know enough to say. They mama don't know enough to say, but it's relevant. Ashton is 11 Aiden is 14. He'll be 15 on Halloween. His birthday's Halloween. They both have their father's discipline. That's not a diss. Monique could tell you, you have all that discipline. I do what I want to do. Is this about right? Is this okay? She do what she want. I have the discipline. Discipline means you can't do what you want.
True.
Because I want to smoke weed all day and sit in my drawers and play the Xbox, the PlayStation, both of them. Because Starfield just came out. And I don't even smoke weed, but I want to do it. But since I can't do that and be effective, I can't do it. Like the stuff I want to do, I can't do because these bills need to be paid. Okay, so now that we're back on together, we use my boys as an example. Trinae saying, all right, so how do we do this? And how do we wrap our head around this? And then how do we instantly learn these lessons and stick to itiveness? Aiden wants to go to NBA. Ashton wants to be Prince. Y'all know the difference between Prince and Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson, the greatest entertainer of all time. Prince is the greatest musician of all time, also an entertainer. Prince played 19,000 instruments. We don't know what Michael Jackson played. He just runs stuff. Is this okay? No, we know this. Yes, they're both great songwriters, but Prince play all them instruments. Yeah, y'all get it? Okay.
Prince keeping the money to himself. That's what.
The problem with Ashton and Aiden gifts is Aiden's is public, Ashton's is private. So you have to see. So when I keep trying to, I'm motivating these two. They have no idea what to say. They're hearing it right now. They're sitting right in front of y'all. So I try to motivate them every day, but I have to motivate them differently because their gifts are different. See, y'all don't know that I wrote 20 songs. I finished them all, and I've been rehearsing the timing with 21 because I'm doing something for Crazy News. 21. Okay, yeah. Shout out to Crazy News. 21, but 20 for my intents and purposes here. But y'all didn't see that, Jerome. See, when you do music, what happens, Trinae, it's by itself. And it's hard to ascend. Listen to me. Don't get distracted. It's hard to ascend when it's private. Don't worry about it. I'll come back to it. Aiden, the basketball is loud. Dribble, dribble, shoot, shoot, dribble, dribble, shoot, shoot. He go to college, that's going to be loud. Go to NBA, that's going to be loud. Ashton has to plug up his beat machine and his MIDI cables and all this stuff and silently learn his craft. Does everybody understand? And the problem that comes in there is, this is answer your question now, Trinae. It's easier for Ashton to get unmotivated than it is for Aiden. See, Aiden has to deal with it being hot outside and my muscles hurting and blah, blah, blah. Ashton has to deal with nobody see how hard I'm working. Can I get a witness in here? I'm going to do it again. I'm going to do it again. Dribble, dribble, bounce, bounce, boom, boom. Loud as Aiden's thing. Loud. He's missing. Ashton's got the door closed and he working. Now, here's the deal. If he's not working properly, that's on him. It's going to show up, right? It's going to show up because Harvest tells everything. If Ashton don't work on his skill sets 3 months, I'm going to know about it. I'm going to know about it. And we have a tendency, and I got you next, Otis. We have a tendency to applaud loud gifts, sleep on the quiet ones.
Watch
This
yourself.
is Trinace's problem. See, it's hard to grow when you don't know. I didn't cuss Jerome out. Ain't nobody see that, but you don't know how much I want to cuss Jerome out. No. See, this introspection is quiet. See, when you grow into sin, that's a personal thing, and can't nobody clap, applaud.
What you talking about, Willis?
You understand? Ain't no birthday presents. Birthday presents is loud. There are no ascension presents. There ain't no you glad you didn't cuss her out grace present. That's between you and your discipline and your God. And Trinace has Ashton's problem. If Ashton is going to be a great musician, it will be silently, alone, and nobody's going to see until he's a master. I'm going to say it one more time. This time I'll put it on me. See, I'm not trying to play basketball no more. Ashton has my musical gifts, apparently. That's what he likes, music. Aiden has my physical gifts. Apparently that's what he likes. He picked up the basketball. See, I program every day, and don't nobody say good job. Don't nobody, no. I get on this computer, they pass me up. They don't say nothing. It ain't their job. I'm not saying it's their job. I'm just saying, when I learn some motors, it's quiet as hell. And when I master something, there's no celebration. I can't even fist pump. And then here's the worst part. Then I get up and I go, oh man, I just figured out how to do this. And they look at me like, I don't know what that means, but I'm sure it's good. So I can't even get them to get crunk with me because they don't know what I'm talking about. And that's how hard it is to ascend, because ascension is a lonely road. And if you don't hurry up and learn how to be your own cheerleader, you're going to keep that problem, Trinace and Antonio. Every gift ain't loud. Every growth don't have a crowd. We thank you, Trinace, for asking this question, because this is too real.
That is tweetable, Instagrammable, whatever social media-able.
All that's okay. Come on, Otis.
I didn't have a question or a comment. I was just praise like, you know how you put your hand up?
Yeah,
And like, yes. That's what I was doing.
No, that's
and
right.
And then that's why I put it down real quick.
Okay, got you. Yeah, that's a hallelujah. Okay, go ahead, Diwali.
Okay, I was also gonna add to that. That was beautiful. One thing to Trinace is, you know, when somebody talk crazy to you on the phone and you recognize that you, one, didn't cuss them out, and two, maybe you didn't even feel like cussing them out. Maybe you were like, you know what, I'm not about to take my time with energy on this. That is a celebration. You don't have to ask yourself any questions at that point because you did what you were supposed to do. There's no, what do I need to learn here? You already learned the lesson because you didn't cuss them out and you didn't want to. So celebrate. That's the moment. It's when you get that person calling you crazy and you get all steamy and hot and your blood pressure rises. That's when you need to ask the question. But if you ain't having those reactions, there's no question to ask. You see what I'm saying?
No, yeah, that's a good point. Remember, when I get mad and cuss you out, that's real loud. Get a lot of attention, huh? But when I forgive you, ain't nobody celebrating me forgiving you. That's why we don't focus on forgiveness. That's why it ain't that. It's more books about dealing with anger than there is forgiveness. It's far more books about leadership than it is followership. I have yet, Phil, maybe you have. I have yet to read a good book on following ever in my life. And I have read many a books. I have yet still to read a comprehensive guide on how to be a great follower. Because following ain't loud. Jerome, do you mind? Grace, where you at, Grace? Okay, as soon as Grace come back, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna need Grace to share the screen. As soon as she come back, I'm gonna do it. Child, I got so much to say about this. I really do. I'm gonna just keep pressing this point till Grace come back. She probably on the toilet squeezing out a turtle.
Grace, Phil got a book up, Loving Work.
Love plus work. I like it. Or love and work, either one. I like it. Marcus Buckingham. All right.
Oh,
Marcus Buckingham.
Oh.
Marcus Buckingham. See, when Adonia's at the office. See, this is the problem with HR. HR is quiet until it's time for somebody to get fired. And then all of a sudden, they want HR to be loud. No. First off, we've been here the whole time. But see, since HR is quiet, don't nobody want to follow the steps needed not to have no drama in lawsuits 2 years from now. Oh, but when they suing us, HR get real loud. See, we don't respect the quiet anointing of this universe. Giving is quiet. Singing is loud. Okay, Grace, Shay, I need you to go to the Bible for me real quick. I believe it's Exodus chapter 17. If I'm not mistaken, that should be when the moon, it should be Aaron and her holding up the arms of Moses, if I'm not mistaken. I need you to see something. I need the whole thing up there. They holding up there. This ain't a Bible. That's just this. I just want to show y'all something real quick. I want to show you why the Molly will continue to win in life if she keeps her motives clear. Because the people who win, let me say this differently. Let's take it out of win. The people who receive great abundance have mastered the mundane. Water from the rock, scroll up, Grace. Looking for one in particular. It could even be 11. You go fast. I'm looking for the next subtitle. No. Oh, wait, that could be it. Moses. Oh, yeah. Hold on. I think that's it. Yeah. That's it, cuz. My memory's doing good. Grace, can I help y'all? Then Amalek came and fought with Israel to Rephidim. So Moses said to Joshua, you missed it. You missed it. Then Amalek came and fought with Israel at Rephidim. So Moses said to Joshua, you missed it. Grace, what book is this?
This is Exodus.
Huh. You still missing. I'm gonna keep reading, Jerome. I'm gonna keep reading till I get it. Choose for us men and go out and fight with Amalek. Tomorrow we will stand at the top of the hill, the staff of God in my hand. So Joshua did as Moses told him and fought with Amalek. And while Moses and Aaron and Hur went up to the top of the hill, whenever Moses held up his hand, Israel prevailed. And whenever they lowered his hand, Amalek prevailed. But Moses' hands grew weary, so they put a stone next to put him under it and sat on it. And while Aaron and Hur held up his hands, they won. But you missed it. Verse 13. No. Verse 13. And Joshua overwhelmed Amalek and his people with the sword. Then the Lord said to Moses, blah, 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 right there. Then the Lord said to Moses, write this as a memorial and recite it in the ears of Joshua that I will blah, 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 blah. 16 verses, huh, Grace? Okay, do me a favor. Count how many times Joshua is mentioned in these 16 verses.
Okay.
I'm trying to help y'all out real quick.
One.
Trying to help y'all out. One.
Two.
That's two.
Three.
Verse 10. Verse 10 is 3.
Four.
4.
Just in these from 8 to 16 or the whole thing?
8 to 16.
4.
Right here. It's 4. Jerome. That's once every 2 verses. Stop your screen. You don't know nothing about Joshua until this scripture, and you never hear from him again. Rewind, press play. You don't know nothing about Joshua until these verses. And there's one more time you hear from Joshua, and that's the Minority Report. Man, they big as giants, and we like grasshoppers. And Joshua K was like, man, we can take them. Come on, right now. Blood, on blood, cuz. We can take them right now. Yeah, some of y'all don't know what that means. Don't worry about it. Some of y'all don't know how I just mixed up the gangs like that. I'm out of line. I'm trying to prove something over. Joshua gets his own book approximately 40 years later. It's Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, then Joshua. But Joshua is just a general in the army doing what Moses says. They missed it. They missed it.
So
Grace.
Joshua is building up his craft, being quiet.
So Grace, you didn't miss it.
Yeah.
The first time you hear Joshua, he ain't saying the word. He doing what he's told to do. And the army only wins because Joshua prevailed, is what that text says. Did it not say that, Jerome? I'm trying to tell you administrative professionals out there, don't worry about getting your praise. Keep doing what you're supposed to do. Watch God put a book in your life.
Okay, because they're gonna miss Adonia when she gone.
Grace, I was just about to say something similar. You understand? Hearts up for Adonia. I was just quiet people win, and the lessons of ascension, they're personal. And the reason why we quit on them, because ain't nobody watching Melissa do these graphics. Ain't nobody watching Renee write these blogs and delete them. I don't like these. Y'all have no idea. They're going to say, oh my God, Adonia was so lucky that her brand took off the way it did. No, Adonia didn't have no time for her brand, and she made time. And she made so much time. She wrote something. She was like, I hate this. And she threw it away. And she did it again. And then it was 3:00 in the morning. And Donya said, oh my God, I got to get up in the morning. And then Donya said, I'm not going to have no time.
Get
to
out
get
my
up.
bedroom. Get out. Get out.
See, Donya went, I'm not going to have no time to go to sleep. Let me just sit up. You know, if you sit up in the bed, it's a little, you can sit up and sleep against the headboard. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Y'all grown. Let me sit up because this ATS call will be in the morning, and Antonio will get him on there. He better not say nothing to me. But I'm going to get on this call, because if I go to sleep right now, I'm not getting on this call or going to work at all. And you can't see those quiet struggles. But the Lord will reward thee openly for what ye do secretly. Jerome, did I do all right? Was that in there?
You did good. Yeah.
Okay.
Not your right hand. See what your right hand doing.
All right, then. Be not like them heathens in the corners of the street, that they have their reward. But thou, go into thy closet. What did it say next, Grace? What did it say next, Grace? Go into thy closet. Shut that door.
That's
And
it.
what you do secretly,
That's
God
it.
gonna
Reward ye openly.
Openly.
This ascension thing is private. And I thank God for Trinace asking her question, because the reason we quit, the reason we give up, because ain't nobody applauding us. And we have to learn how to be our own applause. And it's not easy. Oh, it sounds good on stage. But what happens when you apply for that keynote and you don't get it? You write that, you take 2 years writing that book and you put it out there for a publisher and they don't pick it up. Rejection letter after rejection letter after rejection letter. That's all you get. 14 of them now. And you don't get it. Now all of a sudden, it's just you, your faith, and your word. Commitment comes in 2 forms. They the same side of the coin. I hope my boys hear this. If you didn't spend your money, you're not committed to it. So if they get V-Bucks, they committed to Fortnite. Whatever you spend your money on, that's your commitment. And commitment is also keeping that feeling, Grace, long after the good feeling then passed away. Grace, don't worry about reading the second thing. I'm going to go and wrench around, skip it real quick. It's always the proper time for every person. I'm going to read it, Grace. Have you ever found yourself in a difficult situation and wonder why is this happening to you? You ever felt frustrated, Monique, hopeless because things didn't seem to go your way, no matter what you did? You know, it's important, Jerome, to remember that everything happens in the proper time for every person. Proper time for every person. Proper time for every person. That's what y'all be missing. Ooh, well, God always on time. What you missed, though, Renee, that on time is late for you.
That is correct.
Because here's the deal.
You showing off today,
I'm
boy. Showing off.
Jerome, Trinace need extra help. So God shows up extra slowly.
Wait, what? Wait,
Yeah.
going back.
Yeah. Because
I
Trinace
understand what you mean. I understand what you mean.
Yeah,
You
and
mean that it seemed like it's slow because I'm in a hurry for it to help. So hurry up and come while I'm
right.
hurrying up to wait.
But see, since you're in a hurry, you're not in humility. So you can't be in a hurry and humble at the same time. And when you're in a hurry, you're no longer receiving new information.
Right.
See, when Antonio is in a hurry, Antonio is saying, God, you out there messing up. So Antonio's not learning the lesson. So God got to show up slower so I can learn the lesson to qualify for the blessing I'm angry about not getting. Go ahead, Phil.
John Wooden said, be quick, but don't be in a hurry.
I like that. Shannon Clark, Dr. Shannon Clark, calls Antonio arrogantly humble. It's actually a great description of me. It really is.
Who called you impatiently patient? Who called you that?
I did that.
Impatient. Okay, you did that.
Yeah, I did that. Yeah, I did that. I am patiently impatient. You will have to wait. And you won't have to wait. But the point is, Jerome, oh Lord, the point is, this comes right on time for every person. There's no such thing as a mistake. Only opportunities for growth and elevation. There's no such thing as a mistake or a setback. It's only opportunities for growth and evolution. Growth and evolution. Growth and evolution. The universe has always guided us towards our highest good. And experience, and every experience we have, whether positive or negative, serves that purpose, Grace. Sometimes we need to go through trials and tribulations in order to learn important lessons and become stronger and wiser. We may not always understand why something is happening, but looking back, we can often see it was necessary for our growth. It's easy to get caught up in the idea that we need to be overcoming some obstacles, avoiding negative experiences, but this can actually be a shortcut to ascension, Grace. God wants us to go through all of our trials and tribulations so that we can be a better person and ascend to a higher level of consciousness. When we resist or try to avoid these experiences, we prevent ourselves from learning the lessons we need to grow, and God will slow up your breakthrough. It's not in there, but I should have put it in there. By accepting there are no mistakes, Ashton, and that everything happens in the proper time for every person, we can approach life with a sense of peace and understanding. We can trust that Ashton's guitar is on the way when Ashton's ready for it to be on the way. Rewind, press play. We can trust that Aiden's AAU tournament is on the way when Aiden is ready for it to be on the way. You will sail out your conference, Trinace, when you start walking around like a person who sails out conferences.
So I just said I'm gonna agree. I'm gonna agree because I know you're getting tired of me texting you about this.
Now you good.
So I'm gonna agree because didn't I randomly text message you about different things that's coming? Well, the last thing came today.
It
And
came
I
today.
didn't even text you.
See that?
And
See that?
then people been texting me, what's the link? What's the link so I can get my ticket? What's the link so I can get my ticket? So I just kind of been in chill. Once that lady called me and told me I got a bigger space for the same money and I got it for 2 days instead of one. I mean, what?
So what you're telling me is you got a whole day to set up now
That's right.
and a whole day to execute.
Uh,
Because God was already.
I got to 3 o'clock at least because she has another event at 4 o'clock. So I got more than enough time to clean up.
So what you're saying is, let me see if I got this right. That everything was working out for your good.
Yeah.
Even losing your venue. Watch this here. Trinace, if you knew what you knew today at this very moment, would you have been stressing for the last 6 months?
So I don't think it was stress. I think it was control. I like to control stuff. I ain't gonna even lie. I don't be stressed. I be want things to go the way I want them to go. And that's just me. So since I've learned that about me, I just feel like, well,
that ain't you. That's Adonia. That's Grace. I ain't gonna call out no more names. I'm gonna get
so
stoned
I mean,
to death.
I don't necessarily think it's stress. I think it's that when you are accustomed to being in control of things, because some people are accustomed to being in control of more things than other people. When you're accustomed to that level of control, that's how your brain works. You want things to happen the way the way you want them to happen, and your level is different than everybody else's.
Let me ask you a question. How many people you know that control? Now, this is an honest to God question. Okay. How many people do y'all can help her out too? Don't leave her out there on the island. How many people do you know that control everything in their lives and have good relationships in their lives?
No effing body, nobody, because everybody's scared to even come to you with the truth about stuff.
Okay, I just wanted to see what you was going to say. I just wanted to, because control is fear. Fear is lack, and that's a vibration. And it's hard to have abundant relationships when your entire dominant vibration is lack. This is what it is. This is the first time that I wrote down in any book my philosophy of this is part of the philosophy of everything is perfect. You'll see this a lot coming up soon, but we'll go there when we go there. A Journey to a Better Reality. Grace, read this for me. It's a story.
All right. Journey to a better reality. Okay. Max had always been a hard worker and strived for success. He believed that success was the key to happiness, and that was what he was determined to achieve. But after losing all his savings, Max felt like he had hit rock bottom. He was miserable and angry, blaming everyone and everything for his misfortune. He was filled with bitterness towards the world and the people in it. One day, as he was walking through the park, Max bumped into an old friend who he hadn't seen in years. They started talking, and Max vented to his friend about his frustrations with life. The friend listened patiently and then said something that would change Max's life forever. Max, you have to understand that everyone is creating their perfect reality. They are doing the best they can with what they have. You can't control their actions, but you can control your own. You can create your own reality too. Max was taken aback by his friend's words. He had never thought about it like that before. He realized that he had been so focused on blaming others for his problems that he had lost sight of his own power. He could create his own reality, and he didn't have to accept the actions of others. Max decided to take control of his life and start creating his own reality. He started to meditate and focus on his thoughts and feelings. He realized that he was the only one who could make himself happy and that he didn't need anyone else's approval to do so. Max began to see the world in a different light. He started to appreciate the people in his life and the experiences he was having. He realized that everyone was doing the best they could, and he could learn from them and their experiences. With this newfound perspective, Max's life changed dramatically. He started a new business, and it took off. He was finally in control of his life, and he was creating the reality he wanted. He was happy and successful, and he owed it all to accepting the actions of others and creating his own reality. Max was now a millionaire, and he was grateful for the lesson he learned. He never forgot. Wait a minute. Hold on. Okay. He never forgot that everyone is creating their perfect reality and that he could create his own too. He lived a happy and fulfilling life, and he was an inspiration to everyone around him. Max's story showed that accepting the actions of others should never be a hard thing because everyone is creating their perfect reality. By accepting that, he was able to create his own reality and live a life that he was proud of.
So I want to end this story by telling you another story. This time, by the way, Max is Antonio. Remember I told you in Pathfinder, every story is a real person that I know, but the names have been changed? Okay, that's actually Antonio. Let me give you another Antonio story that happened right before this, 3 or 4 years earlier. I was at Houston Baptist University, now called Houston Christian University, and I got my passport for the first time, but I only got my passport because I was supposed to go on a mission trip to China as a teacher. I couldn't go as a religious leader because China doesn't do things like that. I had to put teacher. Got my passport. I got approved by the little agency, and I had to buy my plane ticket. Well, Otis, I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't know plane tickets cost $2,500. I didn't know that. I mean, last time I was on a plane at that time, I was in the military. Military asked me for no money. Got on there and got off. So I ain't know nothing about no plane tickets. And I'm sitting now, December 2012, and I absolutely hate Lakewood Church. I'm there. I'm interning. I hate that I can't do this mission trip. I got like 60 days left to get this money. I ain't nowhere near. It's not that I hate Lakewood Church. I just hated everything about the positivity. How many of you ever know somebody so negative that they allergic to positivity? You know what I'm talking about? It was the church that was about. It was them. It was y'all fake. Ain't nobody this happy. You know what I'm talking about?
That's exactly what I said about the ATS call when I jumped on first
Fair
time.
enough. There you go. Right. All right. There you go. That's exactly right. I'm talking to the Osteens. Well, I'm not talking. They're teaching us. And gosh darn it, I'm gonna get my motor scooter question out, not pissing me off. All this law of attraction. I don't know what the hell they talking about, but it's pissing me off. So I stood as all I could stand, Damali. Shit. And I go, well, what about if you're a good person? You already knew I was messing up right there. What about if you're a good person? You do everything God tells you to do. And you go out there and get your passport and you're trying to help people. And it's still not working out for you. Y'all ever been there before? No, in fairness, I mean, I was a pastor, I was interning, I was in college, I was taking care of my kids, I'm doing everything right. Check, 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 check. And there was just Aiden alive at the time. He was 4. And if I tell you, this man turned to the left and looked at me and he said, I didn't hear your pain. You should probably stay away from discouragement. Because if you don't, it'll lead to depression. And once you're in depression, there's almost no way out of it. I hated everything he said when he said it. I'm not telling you I accepted this or don't. Y'all, thank you so much for getting on. I'm like, y'all, I hate Antonio said that.
Okay.
And 30 minutes later, you're like, well, you know what? He might be right. I don't know. I hated everything he said. But I never forgot it. And I understood even then he was right, but I didn't want to admit that he was right. Because, Damani, can I keep it real with you? See, I didn't want to admit that he was right.
Yeah.
Because he made life easy. And life can't be easy if I'm fucking struggling. Now, this is my real problem. Don't simplify this to me because I'm not getting it right. See,
Don't take away my pain by making sense, damn it.
See, I don't want to admit it. That's okay. I can admit it, Damali. Don't tell me the God is good. God ain't good because God was good. It'd be good to me.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So it's got to be some complicated formula I don't get. Because if you tell me it's this easy, and Adonia, I'm not getting it, then something wrong with me. And I'd be damned if something's wrong with me.
And I know ain't nothing wrong with me. That means there's got to be something wrong with you. Okay.
Or God.
Mm-hmm. They over there both smell like hot dog water. I'm upset.
God out here tripping. God blessing everybody else but me. Or then I'm so smart, Adonia. Well, I mean, that's the God of the Bible. That God don't exist today. Can't nobody walk on water today. See, is this relatable? Or I was mad that the real answer was this, Adonia. I was doing everything right with a bad attitude. And that's why I couldn't get my reward. Because I was planting all the right seeds with poison laced all on top of them.
Ain't that some mess?
Obligation.
God loves a cheerful giver, don't he? I was taking these good seeds, Trinace, but my attitude was lacing them with cyanide. So every time they went into the ground, Lord, you see what I'm doing right? Yeah, I don't want to act.
So how do you irrigate it then? How do
you cannot irrigate poison. I'm so glad you asked that question. Because once you put poison on anything, it is dead upon arrival. You can pray, you can irrigate, you can water, you can change, but that seed is dead.
So what do? Start over?
There ain't no start over because there are no mistakes. What you do is you plant good seeds. The problem with that is, though, great question. If you ain't changed your attitude, you ain't gonna never plant good seeds.
Thank God for changing attitude, because sometimes, Lord have mercy.
You understand?
I'm telling you, y'all girls, she be cutting up. Thank God for a better attitude about it.
Let me ride Trinae's transparency because some of y'all hide behind Trinae's. Now we know you're busy, but she feel us because she looking all good today. She looking like Inspector Gadget back in the 80s. Well, you don't necessarily look like Inspector Gadget. I'm just talking about how, when it came on, it was like, oh my God, this is a good look. And Mighty Mouse. Anyway, that was a joke that didn't land well. Every now and then I got a few of them. Trinace is right. But I need y'all to feel me that my attitude was blocking my China trip. And let me tell you something, Jerome. I didn't fix it, and I didn't go to China. And I prayed and I fasted. I did all the right things. And God was like, you killed them seeds. But hey, I see these prayers though. Man, good look. You killing those too, but I got grace for you. I struggled not because it was my cutback season. I struggled because of my attitude. It may be too. If I was in church, they say you walking hard, Reverend. That's what they would say.
Okay.
If I was, you understand how maybe I'm walking too hard. Otis.
Nah, you're not rocking too hard. That's real. That's
That's
real what you're saying.
because I messed up so many of my blessings by putting poison around them with my disgusting attitude. You ever been so mad at God? I'm sorry. I'm only talking. Pause. Only real people can listen to what I'm about to say next. If you are not real, just let this pass on by. You ever been so mad at God that you start correcting God?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. You say yes, Renee. You know what I'm talking about? You ever go? So I don't know what. See, that's not what was supposed to happen, God. I did what I was supposed to do. Yeah.
Come on.
That was
Why
me.
you
That
even
was
let
me.
that person come into my life, God?
Antonia, that was me crying. I was like, God, I did what you told me to do, and then you gonna go ahead and do that.
You still ain't.
Why are you trying to mess up a sister's life? A sister's just trying to get out of here, and you got me stuck with all these country bumpkins in Georgia. What is the deal?
You
You
understand?
not like Georgia like that?
Just real.
The
Look,
struggle was real.
I've had prayers, Tracy, that start off like this. I don't even know why I'm praying to you, but I'm gonna try it anyway. See, I don't want to. I've had full out. This don't work for me, but I'm gonna do what they say. So y'all don't. That's all right. Okay, Io gets it. My attitude, because I'm trying to prove to you that you cannot bend your path doing things right. That's not how you bend your path. You bend your path being the right. You can dot every I, cross every T, and to borrow from the pastor, what's his name, J.L. White, and curve every S. Oh, Smith, I see you up there. Curving the S's. He actually did tell me that. Don't worry about it. Curve every S. And never get the prize. You know why, Grace? Because the kingdom of heaven is like a man who finds pearls in a garden, covers it up, goes sells all he has, comes back, takes that pearl, gets it, and does something good with it. And I know that sounds crazy, but that's the whole Matthew 13. It's got 7 different parables. Here's the crazy part, Grace. One day, all these squares on this call are going to realize you're not suffering. Your mama ain't broke. Your daddy ain't broke. You suffering. Okay, Trinae. You suffering because you ain't doing the work you're supposed to be doing in your own life with a great attitude. So God is blocking your grandmother from getting the thing you need, blocking your father from getting the thing you need. Because why on earth is God going to give something to Antonio knowing he ain't ready for it? Some of y'all praying to be a millionaire, knowing doggone well if you ever get $1 million, you're going to blow it. Why would God put you through that kind of trauma? One of the worst things you can ever do is get $1 million and go back 2 years later, broke, food stamps, bus pass. They got folk put guns in their mouth for far less. Far less. I wish I could tell you life was easy. It's not, and it's not supposed to be. What I can tell you is when you master your perception, life is easy. That I can tell you. Now that I can tell you. This ain't supposed to be easy. But what's supposed to be easy, Grace, is when you change your perception. But don't listen to me, Grace. Let's go ahead and read again. The victim and oppressor in the reality creation. Grace, you go ahead and read it since we talked about Max. Go ahead and read it, Grace. You can read this on the screen if you it's on the screen.
Okay. Yeah, I had my book ready because I like to
Okay,
highlight.
go
I like to
ahead.
highlight. All right. The victim and oppressor in reality creation. Max had always been fascinated by the concept of reality creation. He had studied philosophy and spirituality, always searching for answers to how the mind could shape one's surroundings. But he never considered the role of power dynamics in this process until he met a wise woman named Sarah. Sarah explained to Max that in any given situation, there were always two opposing forces at play, the victim and the oppressor. These roles were not limited to individuals in positions of power and control. They could exist in any relationship or situation. The victim was someone who felt oppressed, powerless, and at the mercy of external circumstances. The oppressor was the one who held power over the victim and made decisions that impacted their lives. Max was shocked to realize that he had often played both the role of victim and oppressor in his own life. He had felt oppressed by his financial situation and had taken out his frustrations on others, including his loved ones. But he also remembered times when he had been the victim, feeling helpless and powerless in the face of life's challenges. Sarah helped Max to understand that the victim and oppressor dynamic was not set in stone. In any given moment, one could choose to shift their perspective and take back control of their reality. By accepting responsibility for their thoughts and emotions, one could move from the victim role to the role of the creator. Max was skeptical at first, but Sarah's words resonated with him, and he decided to put them into practice. He started by becoming more aware of his thoughts and emotions and how they were affecting his reality. He learned to reframe his negative thoughts and take control of his emotional responses. He practiced letting go of the need to control others and began to see himself as the creator of his own reality. As he continued to practice, Max began to see incredible changes in his life. He was no longer a victim of his financial situation, but instead saw himself as the creator of his financial reality. He let go of the need to control others and instead focused on creating a supportive and loving environment for himself and those around him. Max's transformation was not without challenges, but with each new insight and shift in perspective, he felt more and more empowered. He realized that accepting the actions of others was not a hard thing because everyone was creating their perfect reality. And with this realization, he embraced his role as a creator and began to live the life of his dreams. Max's journey showed him that the dynamic between the victim and oppressor was not permanent and that anyone could take back control of their reality by accepting responsibility for their thoughts and emotions. By choosing to see himself as the creator of his reality, Max had found the key to living a life filled with joy, abundance, and purpose.
There you go. Sorry for coughing out on mic. Now, I'm going to change some rules of this call real quick. For the rest of the night, we're not going to use the word learn. If we do, it's okay. It's accident. Learned is now remembered. Remember or remembered. So you didn't learn something, you remembered it because your soul already knows. Is this okay? Okay, good. I remembered a long time ago the lesson in this story here. And I actually know who this story is about, but I'm not going to tell you because we all know this person. Jerome, as I see it, I've coached hundreds of thousands of people, millions if you're talking about indirectly, but access to hundreds of thousands of people. There are two things I have learned, Otis, that are constant that would, I forgot I got that AI thing on. I have two things that I have learned that will never, ever change, Tracy, through my human experience. Number one, human beings absolutely need to blame other things or people for why they are not where they are. And it's something that we have to overcome. If you're born on this planet, you have to overcome the urge to say, it wasn't me. We've been doing it since we can say the words, it, was it, and me. We've been doing it since then. We have. Your mama coming there, there's flour all over the kitchen. She just realized you've been quiet for 30 minutes. And you look up like, before you can even say the words, it wasn't me. We have that. And the second thing that I know through human experience, Melissa, whether we want to change this or not, is that for whatever reason, we forget that other people can't put nothing in our lives we have not allowed there. That is a major lesson. Allow me to go into more detail. Damali goes, you did this to me. Antonio goes, you did this to me. No, because thoughts plus creation equals thoughts plus emotions equals creation, or imagination plus emotions equals creation, to borrow from Deanna Marie. That's Damali's thoughts. Damali's emotions equals Damali creations, not Antonio's. I can never manifest a single thing in Damali's life. The only way I can manifest anything in her life is if she uses her law of allowing to allow me to do so. I was talking to, we're gonna spend a, I'm gonna lay my hat here, Grace. I got you. I'm gonna lay my hat here. I was talking to somebody this weekend, Tracy. They're so irritatingly, arrogantly smart. Y'all know these people? Tracy goes, well, you know, you should. Oh, yeah, I know. Okay. You just know everything. Okay, go ahead, Grace, before I get too deep in the story and I can't come back.
Okay. Can you break down? You remember this incident that happened? You remember years ago the young lady whose stepfather shot her in the back of the head?
I do remember.
Okay.
Your church members.
Yes. Tell me how the thoughts plus emotions created that reality.
I sure
I mean, it equals creation.
It did, and you're not gonna like any of the answers.
Okay, I don't think any of us
explain the stories to them.
I don't think
I'll explain them what happened. Yeah, I'll explain what happened. But I have to develop my argument now.
Because I do remember. I remember you telling us.
I did.
She. I forgot the words you used, but you said she
wanted that to happen.
That's what you said. She wanted that.
She did. And yeah, now you're not gonna like my answer, but I have to develop my argument now since you put me in a terrible spot. So let's start with Grace's question.
My bad. I'm so sorry. My bad. I just wanted to.
Okay, Tracy. Okay, Tracy. She got to get out of here. She got to go cheer and give me an A. And you got your A. You got your A. Right? Yeah, she's gonna do all that stuff right there. Yes. Grace had a. So the mother died and the daughter got shot. She's still handicapped today, though, right?
The mother.
So the daughter died.
Daughter died.
And the mother and the daughter was our age.
Yeah, way younger.
Way younger. Yeah. Way younger. All right. So about 10 years younger. And the mother's alive, but she got shot. And you put it right there. She got shot.
She acted like she was dead.
She acted like she was dead. That's the only way she survived, by getting shot, taking that pain, and acting like she was dead. And he tried to shoot her in the head. And you're right. He was shooting to kill. This was the husband and father, right? No, but that wasn't his child he killed, though, right?
No, stepdad.
Okay, that's
Mhm.
even worse. So the stepdad killed his wife's daughter, not his biological child. Then shot his wife. Were they still married?
Yes.
Yes. Then shot his wife dead, and then tried to kill somebody else. And then it was like real deal gangster, because he like waited for the police or something like that. Like he did hide, but it was in cold blood. I actually seen camera. Why did I see camera footage of this? Okay, anyway, it was in cold blood, shot them both over something, and he wound up getting caught later. That's what Grace is asking. How is I let right? That sounds like somebody manifesting in my life. I didn't do that. I didn't ask for you. Okay, we gotta deal with that. So that's what Grace is asking. So I gave you the punchline first. Now let me develop my argument so I can come back and answer that question. There is nothing that I can do in Monique's life that she doesn't allow me to do. And if she allows me to do it, that's a seed planted. It's called law of allowing. We're gonna come back to that. But even if she allows me to do it, I can't manifest in her life something negative if she's not vibrating at that frequency. It's another layer of the argument. See, I can bring a Reese's peanut butter cup to Susan. That's my manifestation. That don't mean she eating it. She don't vibrate at that frequency. Just because I got it in her garden doesn't mean that's her frequency. It's another layer of the argument. Okay, she put a thumbs up. Susan don't play with all that white sugar stuff. She don't do all that. I keep forgetting I got this AI. She don't play all that white sugar stuff. Now think about this for a moment. I'm in her garden with poison, but it doesn't affect her or nobody in her garden because she don't vibrate at the frequency. Grace, that's part of your answer right there. Just okay, I get it. Renee, I'll mute your mic for me real quick, Renee.
Yes, sir.
You do cocaine?
No.
That's such a bold answer, a bold question. Like, damn, you gonna put all my stuff out there.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with cocaine, you know what I'm saying? Little,
I'm sure it's not, but that's not my thing.
You don't do no key bumps? No key bumps?
No.
So if I come to you with cocaine, are you tempted?
Nope.
Because you don't vibrate at the frequency. But if I come with some chicken nuggets?
No, I don't want that.
No chicken nuggets?
No, I don't want that.
What's your thing?
Uh,
What food you ain't supposed to be eating that you eat? Some chips. A lot of y'all addicted to chips.
There we go. That's jam. Right. So yeah, it's in the house.
Right.
So, yeah.
That chips turn right into pure sugar so this is going to your stomach. Pure sugar is what chips turn into. So I come in there with her favorite chips. I know folk, half y'all on this call right now, I can leave $5,000 in front of you, $500,000 in front of you. This by the time I come back 3 years later, it'll still be sitting there. But if I leave some Oreo,
that ain't mine.
That ain't mine. But if I leave some Oreo cookies, though,
it's a wrap. They gone.
That's my fault.
They gone.
I love them. You shouldn't have left.
That's my fault.
And you ain't come back for them.
Okay.
PP and shortbreads.
Okay, and that ain't gonna take no 3 years, high Grace. That money ain't mine, but the Oreos
take about 3 minutes.
Okay. So robbing people, you don't vibrate at their frequency, so it's not a temptation. So it can't manifest. They gotta say 24, 48 hours now, and I'm being nice about it. Okay. But when I put some big red soda, that's Monique, she likes that. When I put some chocolate ice cream, my Aiden likes that, some Skittles, or the white chocolate chip Hershey's, Ashton likes that. It's a temptation now because you vibrate at that frequency. Now, once I plant something in your garden that you agree with, did you see it? Another layer. Now you get to reap the benefits. Benefits are both good and bad. I'll say it again. See, I can't manifest anything in Phil's life. I can't pray against him or manifest against him. See, if I got a problem with Phil and I don't like him and I'm out to get him, if he ain't studying me, is what my Aunt Lucy would say, it's ineffective.
That's it.
Nothing I do would ever do. God would have folk fighting me and Phil never know about it. Man, Antonio didn't like me, didn't even know who Antonio was. Like, it literally would just never cross his path, because science, if Phil ain't paying attention to it, it must fade away. But if Phil got trauma about people betraying him and getting over on him, now Phil agrees with me. I don't agree with Antonio doing me wrong. Yes, you do. Because if I vibrate at your frequency, that's an agreement. Uh-oh. All abusive relationships start off abusive. You don't know it, but they start off abusive. And one of the most clever ways abusive relationships start off is called high involvement. Melissa says, "Hey, John, how's it going?" John goes, "Oh, man, with you, baby, what you doing? Let's go this place. Let's go that place." 3 days later, "Hey, I'm around the corner. Let's go this place." "Oh, that's so sweet." Yeah. What looks sweet, Antonio, is actually me controlling Melissa by having all of her time. It's called high involvement. "Where we going for Christmas, babe?" "I think we should just stay here." And all of a sudden, Melissa's friends, she can't hang with no more because I guilt trip her. "Oh, babe, I thought me and you was going to watch this show tonight." Now it's been 5 months since she's seen her friends. But she having a romantic time, Damala. It's not romantic. It's romantic if I give you space. It's not romantic if everything in your life revolves around me. Say what you will. We've all been in an abusive relationship, and we all can say, "You know what? Tony did me that way." We can all say this. You can deny all you want to. We've all been there. See, but just because I didn't want to be abused does not mean I didn't agree with being abused. I'm still developing my argument. See, you are the only seed sower in your life. But the problem, Trinace, is you're not the only seed sower. But listen to what the Bible says. How can two walk together? Hit me with it, Jerome, because I've been saying the word the whole time.
Oh, my Lord.
Unless they agree.
Jerome. Seem like I've been going somewhere with this agree word this whole time.
Okay.
Come on.
So how did Melissa agree with the abuse that John knew he was doing, but she didn't?
Because you know how you make excuses? This is one way. Trust me. Anybody that's ever been in an abusive relationship, we saw that abuse and we dealt with it. And we said things like, "I'm just lucky to have them." Come on, help me. I need somebody that's going to keep it.
No. It is. Okay, so my personal experience was, it's the PTSD, it's not abuse.
That's so good. See, she agreed with the negative behavior by having the traumatic mental handicap be her excuse. And I'm not saying she's wrong, because PTSD is real and it's rough. But she wasn't supposed to go through what she went through. And if you ask her again, she'd be like, "I ain't doing that no more." Y'all hear it? Thank you for your transparency. So but she agreed with it. but baby, you know I'm sorry. And then right there was your chance to agree or disagree. And then you go, okay, well, I'm a good person, so all right then. Have your way, Christian. Just because you're Christian don't mean you're a doormat. Help me, somebody.
Watch it.
Yes.
Turning the other cheek don't mean get walked all over. I bet Adonia agree with that, though. I bet Adonia agree with that. I know that much. Just because, Ayo, you're in my life doesn't mean I agree with you. See, you're in my life because somebody brought you around. But you know, if I agree with you, Otis, if I never see you again, if I never see you again, you was just a tree I passed up. But you in my life, Damali, when we keep meeting each other. There's a guy. Deanna was like, oh my God, I wish we could just see this person one more time. And Grace was like, oh my God, I wish we could just see this person one more time. I was like, this person don't even exist to me. You'll find out who it is in a second. The person don't exist to me. They had the same daycare and stuff. The person don't exist to me. I don't care nothing about this person. I'm not even mad. Damali ain't mad.
Wait, pause. There was never I wish I see him again moment.
Let me keep going. Allow me to remind you. And then one day, pulled up at the same time. I was like, that's your law of attraction. So you go deal with that. That ain't my law of attraction. I ain't seen them since. They literally inboxed me in my personal inbox, which I never checked, like 3 days ago. I didn't even read it, Phil. I swiped left, saw the red, hit delete. Yo, you can't exist in my reality. This ain't personal. I don't want nothing you got. To agree with you, they're gonna agree with her again, is to go backwards. And my dreams are too big to agree with somebody who don't want me to be blessed. You're not.
But how you know they didn't change? Or don't matter.
I'm sure they changed.
But it don't.
I'm praying for the change. I give grace. If they did not change, Lord, please save them. Please go easy on them. But they ain't my ministry. Somebody need to hear this. See, I let you in. I let you close, and you trying to turn everything against me. This ain't personal no more. It was never personal for me in the first place. But you showed me we don't vibrate at the same frequency. So I don't need to double check your coordinates. Let me see. Is Otis vibrating at my frequency? Somebody need to hear this. Somebody really. Damali, am I doing all right? Because I feel like somebody need to hear this. Y'all need to give people second chances. That's God's job.
So you saying if Jerome's sister said, you know what, brother, I'm sorry. You know what? I've been tripping all these years. Okay. I just want to have a cool relationship with my brother.
And Jerome's on, we got a cool relationship. Thank you, sis. Sis.
And I'm gonna keep it moving. And I'm gonna keep it moving.
It is not Jerome's job to start being drinking buddies with his sister.
Because she's still a dirtbag. She's still a scumbag. Okay? And she's not content.
But what if she changed her vibration? I'm so glad she changed.
Take all it on me and carry that moving forward, because that's on her. I got stuff to do. Hello.
Should they say let fell out of dirtbag? I'll start calling people that. So Grace, I guarantee you, no disrespect to the fallen family member or the injured family member, but I guarantee you, this man said, I'm a king.
Oh no.
You leave me, I'm a king.
He called his sister-in-law and say, if you don't want your daughter murdered, you better tell her to leave. Yeah. Yeah, he did that.
Now, I don't know what happened, and I'm not going to speculate on what happened. We all know what happened later. But I'm trying to get y'all to see something. Don't nobody punch Otis in the face without first giving Otis the vibes. I'm going to punch you in the face. Now, Otis say, ain't nobody punch me in the face at all. Don't let this. Don't let this fool you, Antonio. Right? And I understand. I'm not mad at you. People are always screaming who they are. It's Damali's job to know, you know what? I like you over there or not. Because I can. Me and Damali are going to do great things. And the moment Damali says, I don't think so anymore, Damali has a reasonable service because Jesus died on Jerome's cross to allow me to go be in somebody else's life. That's not rude. That's intelligent. Because I'm vibrating and hurting somebody. It just don't need to be her. But every vibration has a match, right? I got to go hurt somebody. And somebody out there is going, ooh, please bring me somebody that's going to hurt me. They're not saying those words, but their vibration is. And Damali's job is to go, you know what? I don't want to be hurt no more. Bye, Antonio. Damali, why you don't show up to the calls no more? What calls? Oh, man. You know, I start working, man, and then as simple as that. You don't need no explanation. Okay, go ahead, Ayo. We talking right now.
Yeah, you are.
She trying to unmute y'all. See, my mommy used to say she talks to people with a long handle spoon. I ain't mad at you. I'm gonna see if it lets me action unmute and you can click here. She trying to, there you go.
Okay, thank you.
You was acting like a baby boomer.
Yes, it will not pop up. Okay, I had a couple of questions.
Give them to me all.
Okay.
Write them down in the chat for me, Grace.
Okay, one of the questions I wanted to know is, okay, I do understand what you were saying about grace and the family, because people normally warn you before they do anything.
Stop right there. I gotta stop it right there. Normally, is that something you saying to make yourself feel better, or I'm asking from your human experience?
Because I'm gonna say normally because I don't know how to put it without being kind of rude about it.
Rude. You can cuss. You can do all that stuff over here.
I don't know about. I'm not trying to offend anybody. I don't know if white people really tell you what they do before they do it. I know Black people do.
That's fair.
But I can't really speak and say that white people don't.
Okay, fair enough. So
that's
she's
why
talking
I said it.
Crossing cultures, understood. Got it. Keep going. She's talking about cultures. I get it now. Keep going.
Okay. So one of my questions is, like, can people do voodoo on you? And how do you?
This is a good question.
Okay, I know one part of being accepted to it is I felt that you was like when you was asking Renee about being on drugs or something. So I know when, you know, when it's a substance kind of involved type of thing, you kind of on different frequencies with that substance.
Right.
Okay, so, but when you like a little child and somebody does something to you, and or you can be a grown person and somebody does something. I know you kind of have to be in a vulnerable moment or doing something maybe negative or something you're supposed to do. But when you're a child, how can you fight against that, or could it happen that way?
Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm going to have so much fun with this. I'm going to dedicate the rest of this call to Io's questions because she pulled at my garments differently. The first thing we must do, y'all, is we must recognize that voodoo was the first religion.
Right.
And your Bible flows out of voodoo. I know that's tough. I know that's tough. I know that's tough. Now, I know these things. Is this okay? I do this for a living, but while she was talking, while she was talking, I said to myself, I am going to mess up some folk heads and ask Chat GPT for teaching purposes. Give me all the commonality between voodoo and Christianity since voodoo came first. And I need y'all to get, I got a list of 10. I can think of 50 more off the top of my head. But before we read these, who just got shocked by that list of 10? I need some realness. Can someone please keep it real with me? Thank y'all so much. You got the hands up. It's a lot of hands.
I couldn't see them.
I'm about to, just the mere fact of this 10, Damali.
But right, that's
it's insane.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to show you the 10. Because the question is, should we, let me get back. Supreme deity. Oh, look, both religions believe in a supreme being. Vodun, the supreme God, is often called Mawu Bondeye, while Christianity refers to God as the Holy Trinity. Intermediaries. And oh my God, you Church of Christ people, y'all, I'm going to intercede. In both religions, there are intermediaries between the divine and the human realm. Don't. I need to pull all y'all cameras up so I can see y'all. Don't fool me now. Christians love to intercede. Voodoo, Loa, spirits, while Christianity says rituals and celebrations. Yeah, both religions have rituals. I don't do rituals in my Christianities. My friends, you don't like sacrifices, but you give a sacrifice every Sunday. You don't like voodoo, but you go to an altar that voodoo created. Anyway, importance of community, moral code.
Wait, I gotta ask a question because I'm gonna be lost if I don't ask this question.
Yeah, go ahead.
And it's gonna sound ignorant, but here's the question. So is voodoo witchcraft? I know voodoo. The word voodoo, but is it witchcraft? What exactly is voodoo?
Fair enough. So you got voodoo and hoodoo. Hoodoo would have came from South Carolina slave states, as in voodoo people would have been transported or transplanted into the Americas. And then since they were separated over generations, voodoo became hoodoo, same things, but they forgot a few things. All first religions were what Adonia just called witchcraft. The reason why you have a problem with y'all have a problem with witchcraft today is because anything that is brown is demonized. Immigration, demonized. Muslim, demonized. Incense, demonized. Horoscopes, demonized. Your whole Bible, your whole Old Testament is a horoscope. Your whole Old Testament is literally they found Jesus following a star. Jerome, was that incorrect? Did they not? Your entire Bible. So I'm proving this real quick. So when Io goes, should we believe in voodoo? You damn right you should. It came first. Am I pressing my point, Damali? Now the goal is, do you vibrate at someone cursing you? We're gonna go to the Bible for that. Just give me a second.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna
just get that. I am laying the field. I said I'm a direct the rest of this call. But they said, now keep in mind, this is my calling. This is what I do. You don't have to do this. I was born for this. I can think of another Damali, I could think of another 40 commonalities between voodoo and Christianity. But the mere fact, Melissa, this is so crazy. I didn't make this. I literally typed in Chat GPT what was supposed to be a dumb question. And got answers, Phil. So this isn't me. But I knew that I had to put for teaching purposes. It's important to do this for sensitivity, blah, 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 blah. I get it. Afterlife beliefs. Oh my God. Sacred places, influence and syncretism. I'll come back to that later. Persecution, healing, and exorcisms. Remember, Christianity is based on exorcising demons. How on planet Earth does that jive with your American Christianity? Because it does not. If I go to Adonia Old Church and say, all right, we're going to cast out demons today, they will run me out of there. But you got a whole New Testament casting out demons. We don't believe in sacrifices, but you got 5 approved sacrifices in your Old Testament. All right. Should IO believe in voodoo? You damn right you should. You know why? Because there's energy on it. Antonio, what are you saying? Anything with a lot of energy, believe in it. Because energy equals mass times the speed of light twice. If it's got energy on it, Phil, it's real. Y'all need to stop playing. I'll do it again, Adonia. This time it's going to make some sense. I'm going to put it into the positive. If Adonia's having a bad day, call on Jesus, Adonia. Well, no. Just wait a minute. I don't have time for that. Okay, watch this here. Adonia, next time you have a bad day, just say thank you over and over. Don't say nothing else. Just say thank you. I want all of y'all, do me a favor. Let's participate. Everybody just say thank you. Come on now. Come on. Let's come. Wait. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Just keep saying it, right? Thank you. Feel something, don't you? Thank you. Thank you. You can genuinely not have an attitude while saying thank you at the same time. Because thanking has energy on it that's been alive before we got here. There is something about the energy of thank you that is equivalent to the energy of Jesus. Jerome, it's just a word. And we've said Jesus and thank. Sometimes Grace can't even pray without saying thank you, Lord. Okay. I'm attempting to prove
amen.
Okay. Melissa, if it got energy on it, it's real. Because once 2 people come together, there am I in the midst. I'm going to make your Bible plain for you. Once 2 people agree on something, that is real. Nuh-uh. Make America great again was foolish at first, wasn't it? Yeah, Trump proved y'all wrong. Was y'all not alive? Y'all remember? The pandemic was a hoax until he caught it.
You starting something, boy.
Once people believe in something, it is real. The goal is stop believing what everybody else believes. Appreciate, love, accept. But Adonia don't have to vibrate at the dude trying to get her fired. Oh, it's making some sense now. I can get all the dolls, all I want to, and start pinching them, look just like you. Girl, if you believe can't nobody curse you, they cannot. Come here, Noah. Noah, boys, saw him naked. 2 of them acted the right way, but that one was a fool. And one was a fool. Noah said, I curse you. And they tried to use this because that happened while all those kids were African. Genealogy says Egypt comes from Cush. It's in the genealogy. And Cush's father was cursed. Ham was a Hebrew word for dark skin. Burnt skin is more accurate. And the idea here is Noah didn't have the power to curse anybody. But since God already knew that Ham's people would populate the area called Canaan, thousands of years later, that became the promised land of the Jewish people because God already knew. Noah didn't have the power to curse. God just knew. This is if you're going to be believing in Jewish or Judaism or Christianity. To simplify it even more, ain't nobody got power to do nothing to you. Come here, Daniel. They threw Otis in the lion's den. Otis slept on them lions. And just so the story could tell you that these lions was hungry, as soon as Otis got out, well, first off, the king, help me out, Jerome, said, Daniel, are you there? Now, that was a dumb question. Jerome, am I lying?
You tell him the truth, brother. Yeah.
He even knew. Maybe I should check, because he different. Just because somebody throw you in the lion's den don't mean you need to vibrate at the frequency of those lions. Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
One more thing.
Yes, ma'am.
The king understood that he didn't vibrate at the lions either.
Right, exactly.
That's why he asked him, are you there?
Right, yeah.
Exactly.
He was just confirming his thought.
My friends, yes, you should believe in voodoo. You should believe it. Yes, it is witchcraft. But witchcraft has never on the planet of this earth been bad. Hollywood and propaganda has made witchcraft bad. As a matter of fact, Wicca and witchcraft are two different things. To say Wicca is a religion, to say witchcraft is a practice. Melissa, am I doing all right? I don't mean to jump in your class that you're going to be, but am I?
You are completely right. You can be one or the other, or you can be both.
Okay. So witchcraft, Wicca literally has a rule of 3 in which you cannot harm none. Muslims genuinely have Jesus as the Messiah who will save the world and defeat the Antichrist. But until you read for thyself, you don't know. Get ready to ask your other questions, Io, but please hear me out. If someone says, well, I don't believe in that, if you don't believe in it, ask yourself, do you vibrate at it? No, well, then you're good then. But damn it, you need to respect. There's some energy on it. Stay away from it. Well, I don't believe in crack cocaine. All right, keep hanging around it. Go ahead, keep hanging around it. See what happens. Keep hanging around it. At some point, you're going to be what you hang around. If it's got energy on it, God is in the midst. You ain't like that. But Deanna just taught a whole class earlier. God wants to be the experience, all of our experiences. Remember, I asked y'all 2 weeks ago, is God in sin? God is in witchcraft. God is in crack. You may not like that, but your Bible says it's true. Your pastor says something different. Io, simply put, can't nobody manifest anything in your life unless you agree with them. And y'all would save yourself a lot of trouble. The reason why the Bible says no weapon formed against me shall prosper is because in that particular pericope means episode, that man wasn't agreeing with that. But you's a damn lie if you think weapons ain't gonna form against you and prosper. If you agree, if you scared of them, they gonna prosper.
Okay, I got you.
Did I make it plain, Damali? Okay, go ahead. You got like 2 more questions. I come on, you good.
Well, the other ones was now
That's
the
all right.
other question I had was Okay, when you remember when you did the example
Mhm.
of me and Adonia and who else was
Oh,
it?
Trinace.
Yep,
And I
Trinace.
picked you out the crowd, and I was going to take
Right.
advantage of you. Got you. Keep going.
Okay. Now, when you did that,
Mm-hmm.
I took it another way. I didn't get offended by it.
You shouldn't have.
Because I wanted to know if I was taking it the right way, though. So that's why I'm asking the question. Did I take it the right way? Because I noticed that you didn't say that I would be hard to be married to, but you also, I mean, if the chance came by, I wouldn't pass it by.
That's right.
What the
That's
statement.
what I was saying. That's what I was saying. See,
I wasn't, you didn't directly say it, but you didn't put me in that category. So I'm like, but it was a lot of bad things that was said
I was saying
that I took.
No.
I mean, I did it before, so that's why I really didn't get offended.
No. So
it happened before, so I was just,
fair. You, Adonia, and Trinace are genuinely the same class of person. Y'all not the same people. I don't mean to be presumptuous and put any of you in a box, but we're talking about personality types and habits and etc. Y'all are the same class of people. But from these two, you got people pleasing a far lot more than they do.
Right. Yes.
And I use that example to prey on your people pleaserness.
Okay.
You get it? It had nothing to do with you being a wife. It had nothing to do with you being easy. It had nothing to do with low self. This had nothing to do with low self-esteem. This had everything to do with the fact of the example that at time with this had everything to do with the fact that if you are still trying to please people and have not made a decision to love yourself without pleasing others, people like me prey on that 30 miles away. We can see it. We can see it. We can look at all three of our friends. And remember I said, I don't like Adonia. I don't even know Adonia. I don't like her. Just something about her. Because I know I can't get over on her.
Personality.
I can't.
You know, I do, but I used to be. I'm Damali in bigger clothes. That's all. I used to be. But I learned by feeling emotionally abused that I was done getting punched.
Exactly. See, Monique ain't no people pleaser. Now, she got one fool around her. Well, she don't even keep it around her. Just I always be like, why you deal with this cousin of yours? It's not a cousin. I'm just saying it's a cousin, so nobody know what I'm talking about. You know how this cousin is. And Monique was like, And then she thought, I literally watched her go, huh. And this was years ago. And the moment she realized that this cousin don't like when she do well, like this person cannot stand when Monique is doing something. They would literally come over dressed up just to one up on her. Am I lying? Okay. Just to one up on her. And then go home. I got to get out of here. And now she all jacked up. And I had to point out. And the moment I point out, I watched Monique distance herself from this particular person. See, she ain't no people pleaser. I'm telling y'all, people prey on people pleasers. Why? Because we're a-holes. It just is what it is. We're just a-holes. It just is what it is. I'm gonna wrap this up. If you believe in something, it is real. You need to stop going against your subconscious. The moment you believe in something, your subconscious calls that forth. That's not just for positivity, y'all. Fool around, start believing in that voodoo doll and watch how it get called forth. Grace, we try to make all this stuff about milk and honey. If you believe in it, Jerome, you gonna call it forth. Once it gets into your subconscious, the universe then folds like water to your free will. And anything in your subconscious is activating. That's not activating your free will. It is responding to your free will. If it's in your subconscious, it is responding. So let me tell you the point of today. First off, let me just mesh our head up again. Let me just mess your head up again. That's a real prompt. That got nothing to do with me. All right. That's a real prompt. That's got nothing to do with me. It's a real prompt. Let's just let you know. What you saying, Prophet Jay?
If I go in the church, they'll kick me out. Teaching this. Teaching. They're gonna take my license.
Man.
I'm no longer
Oh
prophet.
my God.
I'm no longer.
I tell y'all, if it know you, if it, I want to mess with y'all so much, but I'm gonna let y'all make it. Just know that there are a lot of African witchcraft things still in the Bible that y'all do today. You can't even find a black church without a set of drums. And if you don't have drums, you make drums. Y'all ever been to old school churches? Yeah, do this. You know what I'm talking about? You know, you stump your foot and it's because drums is very African. One day I will wow y'all about how much witchcraft is in your Bible. You got a whole damn episode in which, who was it? King Saul goes to a sorcerer. Jerome, no, Jerome was like, dang, I wish I went in the Bible. Goes to a whole sorcerer and resurrects Samuel to get advice. That happened. That happened.
The Pharaoh in Egypt who needed to get his dreams interpreted, but none of the
okay. Your whole Old Testament.
What about all the books not in the Bible that were wrote because that's all African?
The whole Bible is Africa. I don't know why we think Jerusalem is in the Bronx, New York. I'm not sure why we do that. I'm not sure why we do that. Grace, pull up Jerusalem for me real quick. Pull up the Jordan River. Pull up like Jordan River map just for me real quick.
What about all the sacrifices of animals?
The mere fact is sacrifices is enough. Sacrifices of animals, Grace? Now you're going too far. You're going too far, Grace. You stop it.
Didn't what's his name almost sacrifice his own kid?
They sacrificed your Jesus. That's human sacrifice. so listen. Keep your religion. Change your tone. Change your tone. Grace is going to put up the map of Jordan River. And I end you with the point of today, re-emphasizing the point of today's class. And it's really been simple. There's a journey to ascension through experience. Not through intellect, not through knowledge. That's why the chapter before was it? Analyze your desires. Look at that, Grace.
Didn't know which one you wanted.
They go out their way to zoom it in real good, huh? I need to see if we go to that map and zoom out real quick. They go out their way to do that.
This one?
I don't know. Just click one of them. You click one of them. They go out their way though. Can you zoom out? No, they go out their way. Y'all ever wonder why every time you get to these, they only show this? If you ever zoom back, you're gonna get Africa.
This is true. Okay, I see what you're saying.
No matter where's Egypt?
In Africa.
Okay.
North Africa.
All right, you can stop.
You got to Google a picture of Georgia River and zoom out. Google shows you.
Yeah, listen. I'm going to end this here. Give me like 5 minutes. It's through experience. Is Phil right? Don't know. Me and Phil both tell you ain't none of us right. We all making it up. Don't nobody know what's going on. When do you become right, Antonio? When you believe you are. The moment you believe, that's emotion, and that's when you start manifesting. Oh, I summed it up too fast. My bad. I should have took the whole 5 minutes to slow that down. Otis, anywhere you're struggling in life, there's programming in your head that does not support you winning in that area. It is that simple. My marriage ain't working because there's programming in your head that is stopping you from having a good marriage, a good relationship. I can't make this money. It's because programming is in your head through your experiences that is stopping you from getting what you want. And here's the deal. I'm not right, Io, because I'm not you. I'm only right about my life, and I'm wrong when I'm right in the first place. That's a high level understanding. Don't worry about it. Like, even when I'm right, I'm wrong.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we just don't get anything. And that is truly how it's supposed to be, Jerome. I'm not supposed to understand stuff. I'm supposed to analyze my experience, chapter 7, and I'm supposed to ascend through all of them. That, with my 3 minutes left, reminds me of somebody. Can anybody guess who I'm describing? What people group? It's a people group. I'll give you a hint. It's not an individual. It's a people group. I'll describe them again. I don't know nothing. I'm okay with that. And I'm absolutely making this up as I go, and I have fun with it.
Wealthy people?
Wanderers.
Both of these answers are they're kind of right. Kids. Come to me as a child. And the faster you go back, now I'm done. That was the whole point of this class. Your experiences, when you go through this bad stuff, you need to go through it as a child and just brush it off. Go ahead, Phil.
Being perfect is being right. Being your best is willing to be wrong.
Boom. My friends, I'm going to give you 1 minute back. That heart of a child thing is real. That imagination is real. The reason why you have programming not set up to support your abundance is because you're not a kid in that area. The moment you release that adult thing that you know, sorry about that. The moment it's my computer. The moment you release that thing that you know is the exact moment money will flow to you easily and frequently, and all those other things you want. Adonia will retire when she's a kid. Rhino leg will work. Well, actually, when I release it, there's no blockages there. Everything will work the moment that you stop being an adult and start being very kid-like by bumping across life through this experiences. None of us got no straight path to abundance. Antonio T. Smith Jr., you can plant better. You can dominate. Love everybody.
Love you more.
Love you more.
All right, y'all have a good one.
Love you more.